the greatest president in the history of the United States.
Good morning, 511 family, all of our patriots out there. Excited to be here this morning with my good friend, Angelo Frazier. I had a privilege of texting you last night, even though the reason I was texting you wasn't great, but I always love being with you, brother.
I like being with you, too.
You know, I was telling morning. No, keep an eye on it, brother. Anyway, I was sharing with my wife like a month or two ago. I said, you know, it's interesting how our relationship started, developed, evolved, and that, you know, I get to be friends with the chaplain of the Bakersfield Police Department, pastor, man of many talents, author, speaker. You got an entrepreneur in there somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean, you're an entrepreneur if you're selling books, right?
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business.
So anyway, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. Talking about Israel, Uganda, make Uganda great again. Got a hat right here. We're talking about your book. We're going to be talking about 10 Commandments. We're going to be talking about...
Good news on that.
Yeah.
First breaking it on your show.
Hey, I love that. Thank you, brother.
Breaking it on your show.
We're blessed to have a lot of friends here.
Yeah.
What else is on the agenda? I know
Israel,
there's more.
Israel.
Yeah. Oh, Israel. Yeah. Musician on top of all the other things. So anyway, Angelo.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, brother.
Well, thank you, and thank you for this platform, and hello to all you guys out there, and this is just a great opportunity to share and communicate, and we're going to do that today. So, Mr. Mike, just fire away.
Awesome. Well, let's start with, because you got this hat on.
Yeah.
Uganda. What's going on with Uganda?
Well, over a year ago, and you know, prayers for the Florida and the hurricanes that are hitting there, and the people and the first responders. That's really top of mind. I know what's going on in our world, but this particular trip for Uganda was planned a year ago, and we're going tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And we will be like Jeremiah and built a wall, Ezra. Well, we're going to be building a wall around their seminary, their Bible seminary. The wall has come down, and the students aren't safe. So we're going to be building a wall there. And our theme is going to be making Uganda great again. So making Uganda great again.
When do I get at, brother?
Well, yeah, I was trying to get him yesterday. I pick him up today. So I'll get you one this week.
Okay, set it aside. I'll be texting you. When do you get back?
We get back the 23rd.
Oh, you're gone for what? What is that, like 2 weeks? Yeah, that's a while. That's a while, man.
So we'll be building, hit the ground building and ministering, speaking to churches. They have a graduation. I'll be speaking over there. And Dave Chapman, our president of ICM, will be going with us as well. It's an ICM trip. ICM Christian Ministries, I should say.
Right on. And Brock, what's up, brother? Always glad to have you here. Thank you for being a supporter, bro.
And they can purchase a brick if you want.
Okay.
I don't know how much it costs yet because we're getting the numbers, but if you like
a brick for the building,
a brick for the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
Like in, you know,
I wish we had some photos to share with them, but we'll have some. When you come back, we'll have you back on the show. We'll talk about the trip and we'll share the photos there.
You know what?
We should get you on with Adrian also. You know, Adrian Monhay. You probably know Adrian.
Okay.
He's been part of our crew for a while, but he's got a show that he does with all the pastors, so he talks about a lot of ministry stuff. You'd be great on there.
Well, I'm gonna do some video over there, and I'll bring some back, and I'll call you at 2:00 in the morning it'll be 8 o'clock there or something, you know.
Yeah. Good morning, Kenton. I hope you're doing okay, brother. Kenton, my good friend Kenton, love you, brother, is right there in the eye of the storm. He's
Florida?
in Tampa.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother, we're praying for you there. Just stay safe. Go inland, right? Go inland.
Yeah, they're all I mean, like I saw all over the news, they're evacuating that whole area. It's crazy what's
They
going
actually
on.
came out and said, if you stay in your area, you will die.
Literally,
I've never
that's
heard
what
them
they
say
said.
that.
Yeah, and I have actually quite a few friends. I know some of them evacuated. I know some of them are like on 7th, 8th floor of condos. Thank you, Kenton, brother. But the Uganda trip, going back to that.
Yeah.
Now you started this a while ago. How did you get involved with that in the first place?
Oh, no. It's part of River Lakes Community Church. I've been involved in River Lakes for over 30 years. I know.
And by the way, he's a pastor at River Lakes.
Yeah,
Community pastor, is that the right?
I'm an outreach mission pastor, care
Okay.
pastor. And, well, anyway, it's part of ICM Ministry. Was founded by Phil Walker years ago, one of our ministers, and Dave Champman took it over. So it's always been a part of our church. So we're going to be heading out there tomorrow. Actually, 5 of us are going to be going. It's going to be exciting. And ICM has different seminaries around Africa, and we oversee those. We work with the African leaders. You know, they have African leaders. We work with them to help, encourage missionaries, teach, go over there and pray with them, and they come over here, and it's a great exchange.
That's awesome.
To make disciples.
Okay, so you're building a wall. But why are you building a wall?
Because the wall had fallen down, and their seminary isn't safe. And so we're going to go build
And this
it up.
is the wall, like protecting the outer perimeter?
Correct. Protecting the seminary. And because the students can't come there, they can't get classes, the gospel is not being preached, blah, 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 blah.
Now, is this a country that's ruled by the Muslim?
I'm not necessarily. There's various religions there. But I think the issue is that crime, like everywhere else, is the issue.
The warlords, yeah. I mean, like what we have here, we have crime here, but it's like a different level. Like it's no comparison. It's almost anarchy over there, isn't it?
Yeah, in some places, but the cool thing, the Word of God is flourishing, and they say in Africa, the gospel is a mile long, but an inch deep. So the seminaries and the schools help to deepen that relationship with the gospel, and that's what we're going to go do. So right now, it's not a safe time for the women to be staying there at night. So we're going to go help build that wall, build it up, save. Student body will increase. Men and women will come. It'll be great.
So do they have people that protect the wall too? Like, walk along and guard?
Yeah. Once you get it up, it's different. In Africa, it's here. You put up a barrier, people will leave it alone generally.
Really?
But
even the warlords?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's the opportunity is easy just to walk into something.
Okay.
But if you put a lock on it,
you mean like the border?
Yeah. Well, I know. Okay. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah. What border?
Yeah.
Oh, well, our borders are doing a fantastic job.
We are told it's secure though. So.
Right. Well, you believe everything you hear on the news for sure.
It's 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? I mean, got that.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it's exciting. It's exciting to go halfway around the world tomorrow and to do that and to make Uganda great again. So if you guys want to support it, let us know.
Yeah, I love the slogan.
Yeah.
So real quick, guys, I did want to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. So we have, first of all, as always, my morning coffee, Covenant Coffee. And you know Randy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Love the guy.
Yeah, I was just texting
By the
him
way,
yesterday.
Randy hasn't taken me to lunch in a long time. I don't know.
I'll mention it to him. I think we're supposed to talk today.
Yeah,
but Randy does a great job over there at Covenant. They have good. You have their coffee, right?
Yes.
Their coffee is great. Actually, it's not just any old thing, and it's way better than Starbucks.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Randy, I believe, is going to be working, if they haven't the relationship yet, with ICM to help with their coffee down the road. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I know he's getting in more and more places, and they took over the place across the street.
Yep.
Cloud 9 by Covenant Coffee. So if you're in Bakersfield, go visit Covenant Coffee. They're carrying Covenant Coffee, Cloud 9 by Covenant Coffee, across the street, Mohawk, California, and in North Chester, or you can go visit them at covenantcoffee.org. Also want to mention what we use to make our coffee is Freedom Water, Freedom 2.0. You got your bottle over there. You like that. You know what? Everybody I bring on the show, they love the slogans and the sayings. You lost it already, brother? Come on.
I did.
Come on. There it is. What's it say?
Freedom 2.0.
What's the saying on it?
The deplorables. Water for deplorables.
Yeah, so the water for
right.
deplorable. Every single bottle's got a great saying, but it's a high quality bottle of water, and you know they have this whole process, their filtration process, everything they go through. So like this isn't comparable to like your you know $1.50 for 24 case of Aquafina. This is more like the opposite of your woke. You know, the Fiji water, you know, they're owned by Wonderful Company, right?
I did not know that.
Okay, so they're owned by Wonderful.
Is,
yeah, they're like the opposite of Ultra MAGA. They're like Ultra Kamala, Ultra woke. You know, they're so we got to support the companies that are supporting us, that are supporting free speech, that are supporting the values that we believe in. So Freedom 2.0 is doing this. They've been on our show many times. You know that? They've been, the owners of this company have been on our show. That. Yeah, they have. You would like them. Cyrus and Elizabeth, thank you guys for what you do. But you guys can go check them out, freedom20.com. Use code 511 for 15% off.
Is that here in Bakersfield?
No. They're actually Elizabeth and Cyrus is based out of Florida.
Really?
They're like South Florida though. They're
is
out
that
of
where your friend Tampa is? Where it is?
No. Kenton is he's actually state director for Blexit in Florida. And you know, I know him through the whole Turning Point family and all them, and I know you know some of those guys over there too. So anyway, and speaking of, by the way, tomorrow we're having Connor Cornuke and Lance Williams. They're both Turning Point Faith guys. They're going to be on the show tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about election updates and hurricane updates and all sorts of other stuff. So you guys want to check out the show tomorrow.
That's crazy.
But getting back to you, my brother, and all the things you got going on, I know you're very passionate about Ukraine. You know, it's interesting. Your heart is for missions. That's just now clicking in my brain. You got Uganda, you got Ukraine, you're big Israel, all this stuff. And so, and as we're talking about Israel, you just wrote this song, and I love the song. And my wife's like, oh, that's like chill. It's like a lullaby kind of. Yeah. So Darius, can we bring up the song, and you can talk about like how you wrote this?
Psalms 122, 6 and 7, really reflecting on the Bible talks about Jerusalem over 800 times. And if you want to do a word search in Jerusalem or Israel, check it out. It's important to God, so it should be important to us.
And I didn't know you were such a good singer.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, I've been told that almost everybody in the black community has got a voice to sing.
I've never heard that before. But okay.
That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true or not, but.
Is that like black people can swim? Is that whole thing?
I mean, it's kind of the opposite of that, right?
Or can't swim or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And afraid of dogs?
You went there with the dogs, didn't you? Dogs are racist, right?
Oh, you know I ain't, brother.
Yeah. No. So the song basically came out of the idea when the war broke out. I was in my den and I just started weeping and just thinking. The Bible talks about that the world will struggle with Jerusalem, and I don't know if you've been to Jerusalem. I've been there several times.
I have not. I just texted a friend of mine, Pastor Craig, up from Reno, who said he's there right now.
Yeah, it's really humbling going there. I got the opportunity with my church with River Lakes to lead worship there. What I didn't realize is once you start playing or try to sing, the emotions kick up. You're in front of the Sea of Galilee, and you pray for peace. Why is it so important? Because Christ is coming back to Jerusalem. When his foot hits that Mount of Olives, it's going to split. Door's going to open all the way, and there's going to be an earthquake all the way down to the Dead Sea. That is going to be that time. so the whole world will know. And like I said, the Bible speaks of Jerusalem over 800 times. We need to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. And like what they're going through now.
It's a slaughter. October 7th was horrible. We did a prayer thing yesterday. We did October 7th yesterday. And we did we just came together and had some people pray with some Jewish leaders come out.
I can't believe it's already been a year.
Yeah.
That went by so fast.
And we're praying for all of Israel, not just the Jewish people, the Palestinians as well. Praying for people that want peace, the people that live there, the people that live in that land. And there's a lot of dispute about who this and who that. But we're just praying for peace because that's above everything else. It's above politics. I'm praying that the sovereign God would intervene because one day he is going to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's your next trip?
To where?
Israel.
Matter of fact, soon. Don't have a date yet, but soon.
Okay.
I wanted to go over there to help with the recovery and stuff like that, but couldn't get that squared away. Because I don't go over there now as a tourist at all. I go over there as the minister and minister to the Jewish people because they need to hear about Jesus too, that he is who he says he is and not just a person.
Yeah, well, because Jewish don't believe that Jesus was a savior.
Right, they don't
believe he was a Messiah.
Right, the Masonic Jews do.
Okay.
The Messianic Jews do, but the regular Orthodox and moderate Jews do not. But it's interesting talking to them. Most of them will know more about Jesus than an average Christian.
Right.
They know more about the Old Testament.
Well, the average Christian don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Reality.
So the cool thing is to share Jesus from the Old Testament with the Jewish person. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to do that and have the confidence to do that. So yeah.
Okay, exciting. so is this song available right now? Is it on Spotify or anything like that? Or
once you put it up there, it will be.
That's on me now?
Yeah,
All
once you put it up there.
Well, I might as well figure it out because my wife's going to be recording some stuff with Parisi McGriff.
But that guy is an amazing guy. If you want to do some recording, not only is he professionally awesome, the guy just has a great disposition. You just want to hang around him forever. But remember, it will cost you.
Well, he's a brother.
He is. He's
a brother of Christ. He's a fellow patriot doing some awesome things. He has a legit studio too.
Legit. I was one of the best. I've been in a lot of studios, and like I said, once Michael puts that on Spotify somewhere, you guys can pull it down and. I'm pretty sure he knows how to do all that stuff.
I don't yet. I bet Parisi does.
I bet you
I need to get in touch with him and ask him because, like I said, I'm going to have to do this for my wife. My wife, you ought to hear my wife sing.
Yeah, I'd love to. Maybe we can get her to sing on this.
That'd be cool.
Then we're going to do a video behind this song.
We are.
That was the whole point. Do some B-rolls and stuff like that.
Well, I love your. I wish we had it to play right now, but your little video in the window at the beach. What beach was that? Monterey.
Yes, it was at Monterey. I think it was Monterey. It was and the bird came and sat right on the top, right at the end. A white dove, just a bird. Wasn't a dove. It was a seagull. Sat right there at the end. I was like, there you go. Thank you, God. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you and you can post it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll drop that in the comments. But yeah, no, you shared that. Did you share that on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay. So you want to go check out Angelo Frazier on Facebook. Is your profile public, by the way?
No, it's private.
Okay. So they got to actually be friends with you, not just Facebook friends, like legit friends, to be able to see it. But we'll share it out for you guys to see.
It cuts down on the haters.
Dude, I get plenty of those, and I just, what's funny is I think once you get to a certain point of doing, putting content out and doing all this stuff, I think it almost like gives you more resolve to just move forward. Like, I just don't care.
I don't care either as much, but I think what I think about more is their effect on the people, on the friends. That's what I think.
I hear that.
I can take that, but their effect on people who just checking you out and they see this hate, they're like, I don't want to be involved in that.
Yeah.
And then they just move on to something else.
It affects my wife.
Yeah.
She gets
my wife too.
Is because I'm like, she's like, oh, all this stuff in the comments. I'm like, well, they're commenting on my stuff. She's like, I know, but it bothers me. I was like, It's not even, they're not even saying anything to you. They're just fucking trash. And these guys are a bunch of trolls and knuckleheads anyway. But you know, okay. So you got your book.
Here it is.
This just came out too. Doctor. It should say Dr. Reverend Angelo Frazier.
Yeah. I finished schooling after that came out. So there you go. There you go. His way forward. And it's interesting that the Democratic program they came up with was a new way forward.
We don't want that way forward.
Well, his way forward is what we want. So yeah.
Well, that way forward's into communism. Yeah. It's more like their way backwards.
Yeah, no, this is in Amazon. Amazon.com.
See if we can get a link on that, Darius. Yeah, Amazon, I don't know if you can do that, but if a man of many talents there in the production room, see if we can do that. But let's talk. What's in the book?
What's in the book is about 2.5 years ago, I put, as a matter of fact, I'll show you which one I put up there. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I put here it is. I put that up. Want to go and turn to 27, page 27. All right. I posted some things on Facebook, and this one in particular called Triggered, right there. It's about a page and a half. And basically it just says, just like that, to be offended has now become a thing. And it wasn't using sexual language, wasn't violent. I just said, hey, everyone seems to be offended about every little thing. So Facebook sent me a little tag. That goes against community standard. And I was like, what? So we went back and forth. I was like, what community standard did I violate? Couldn't ever get an answer for it. So I said, one day I'm going to take some of my sayings and put them in a book, and I'm going to advertise them on Facebook. Well, I kind of did and forgot about it. A year and a half later, shows up in the mail. Here it is.
Is this your first book?
Yeah.
So what was that process like? Because I'm actually looking at
you should do it. It's amazing.
And this isn't like super long.
No.
What is it, like 100 pages maybe?
Yeah, something like that. And the cool thing about this, it touches on the different topics out there. The transgender, the racial stuff, the boobity-blah, all these things. It's little bite-sized nuggets to tell you that even in the difficult times, there is hope. There's God moving us forward. His way forward. That's what it is. This was at the L.A. Book Fair 4 or 5 months ago. They called me. And they said, we aren't just pulling your chain. We want this there because it has all the topics that people are dealing with. Like, if you look at the front. See the front?
Yeah.
All the topics that are relevant today.
CRT, gangs.
Yeah, all that CRT,
socialism.
Critical race theory, socialism, all that stuff is there. And so it just kind of touches on it, and it pulls you forward into there is hope. Don't be dismayed. So it's kind of cool. So the lady called me and said, we really want you to be here. But I was flying to someplace else, so I couldn't go.
You're always flying somewhere, brother.
Man, so.
But I know this is not a commercial for the book because you don't make most of your money off this book. I haven't seen
a dime, no.
Yeah. But I think, it's got an important message in it.
I think it does because God is in control. It may not feel like it right now, but he is in control. And one day, and we're going to see that through Jerusalem, we're talking about he's coming back. And when that hill hits that mountain, then you're going to know.
Yeah. So let's go back and talk about that for a second, Jerusalem, because we talked about your song, but where are we at with that whole conflict? Because I've been following more domestic stuff, but I haven't been following the international stuff as much.
The international stuff is basically this: now that they're engaging with Hezbollah up in Lebanon, which is bringing Iran into this thing. This is dicey. This thing could just go to a regional war. We don't want that. We're praying yesterday not for that. But these guys over there trying to save face. Remember, they don't like America and they don't like Israel.
Right.
So Israel now has started bombing Lebanon because Lebanon's been bombing them. And Israel's not going to stop until they can protect their people. And
and they should be protecting their people. They got every right to protect their people.
So this is now involves the entire world, and this is what I believe: because we were late to Mussolini, because we were late to Stalin, because we were late to Putin, we're late to Israel, and soon we're going to be late to Taiwan.
Yeah. If Trump doesn't get in office, I think that they're waiting to see who gets elected.
Well. Yeah, a lot of that's going behind the scenes. Don't make it really too bad, but I don't know. Look, evil is evil,
Right.
and we need to do what's right. And whether it's Kamala or Trump, we still need to do what's right.
Yeah.
Because if we think it's not coming here, it's already here.
Yeah.
It's already announced.
You saw what Elon said about the election.
He did, yeah.
This may be our last election.
Yeah, he said that. I think that's, I don't know about all that, but he's a smart guy. I think no matter what happens, it's going to sway the country one way or the other. But we are resilient. We got a good foundation. And so we may go far left, we may go far right, but eventually we'll end up in the middle.
Yeah. You think so?
I believe so.
Why is that?
Well, number one, because God's in control.
Mm-hmm.
He'll let us get goofy, but he'll bring it back into focus.
You think Christian values have come back into America?
Absolutely, because Christian values and principles are what's holding this country together in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it may rock and roll, but God's still in control of the music.
That's good.
That's my hope. My hope is not in the government. Matter of fact, the Bible says the government rests on His shoulders. Whose shoulders?
His.
Yeah. Not mine, not yours. His. So yeah, I have an absolute confidence that God's going to figure this out.
Well, it also says no one comes into power.
That He brings them up, He takes them down.
So it's interesting to think about that in the context of, what I think that Biden is, not good. I also don't think that he's been the one running the country.
No.
I also think that he's been destructive. And, I think a lot of people would agree with this, that it's actually Obama pulling the strings. And I think someone's pulling his strings.
Absolutely, but over 13 kings in the Old Testament, God placed them up and they went sideways. Look, God can use Nebuchadnezzar. He'll use Biden or Kamala or whoever. The fact is, here's the bottom line. God's will be done.
Yeah.
God's will be done. That's my confidence. Not in the D and an R. It's in the Lamb.
I agree with you. I love that you're saying that. But I think that we're seeing that Trump's way ahead. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing, but I'm paying attention to the battleground states and the polls and all this stuff. Yeah. Kamala's running.
Well, absolutely. Now, politically, Trump is obviously more savvier than that, and I think too. And here's my thought: whether he gets in or not, is the issue. Is that what's going to happen is going to happen. Russia's going to be Russia. China's going to be China. Iran's going to be Iran, and they have to be dealt with the new axis of evil. And I think whoever gets in there is going to have to deal with that day one.
Yeah, well, and
it's coming.
I think they are going to deal with it. I mean, I think Trump's going to deal with it. I don't know if Kamala will deal with it, but
she will have to.
But what's she going to do?
Well, I tell you what. I think when you see, and I hope when you see Taiwan, and they're already rolling around Taiwan, that's going to be. See, think about Ukraine for a second. Go back. Ukraine has never asked for boots on the ground. Mm-hmm. They just simply said, the Budapest Memorandum, you had an agreement, help us out. Putin rises up to reestablish the Soviet Union, and Russia tears up that thing. And, he has all the nukes now. Because remember, they gave him the nukes because they had an agreement that they'd be protected, Britain, Canada, and whoever. And that didn't happen. So I think we need to understand that there's evil in this world. But evil is not powerful than good.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's hard. Yes, people have died. But God's going to have the final say. God's going to have the final vote.
But all this stuff happened under Biden. There wasn't any new wars that we were withdrawing from everything.
This started in the garden. Cain and Abel. By the way, Cain killed Abel, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why God didn't kill Cain?
Why?
Because he wasn't able. That was a joke. Anyway.
All right. So we got stuff going on in Ukraine, and I know you're big advocate for Ukraine.
They just had a big summit back there, and here's the problem: there's so much misinformation about Ukraine. A lot of people I talk to hate Zelensky because and they always say things like, he's getting all this money and all this money.
Right.
Understand, I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Understand how this works. In order for the American government to get weapons, they have to buy them at the top price. Then what happens when they do, they purchase these weapons, the old stuff, the used stuff goes to Israel and Ukraine. But they're not telling the American people that. They're saying $6 billion goes to Zelensky. He didn't know it doesn't work that way. That's not what's going on. Because it's better they do it that way than saying America is buying all this equipment, because we would really be freaked out. Oh my God, America's buying this. But they make it seem like we're paying Zelensky. Zelensky is not buying this stuff. He's saying, give me the weapons that you promised you give me, and I'll fight this war. David and Goliath is happening. So the Russian disinformation thing is huge. If you go to Ukrainian summits, there were over 500 people there from 45 different states. They will tell you they aren't lobbyists. They're saying this is what's really going on. A lot of times, the congressmen and senators only get the information from their staffers,
Right.
and Fox News and CNN. So when you have people coming from, I talked to a soldier who was, when the Soviet Union fell, he was a soldier in the Moscow army. I asked him, I said, what do Americans need to know about Russia? And this is what he said. Russia has a zero-sum game. They don't care how many people they lose, how much money they lose. They want to win. So you got a leadership with no heart fighting a leadership with all heart. That's what you have right in front of us.
Okay.
David and Goliath.
So we're sending equipment that was used over
Old
there.
equipment, but
so
we
we're
have to-
repurchasing new equipment here.
That's the way it works.
But it is now. Aren't we always just purchasing new equipment anyway?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but when it comes in the news and they say Zelensky got $7 billion or whatever, it doesn't work that way. They're not handing him cash, but they're making it seem like, especially with all the hurricanes and floods and things going on now, wow, what about us? You know, now FEMA is running out of money. And
FEMA's out of money. I don't care. I don't care that they're telling you they're running out of money. They're already out of money.
And then you see them handing bags of cash to Zelensky. That is unfair and that is wrong.
Propaganda?
You understand it's Russian propaganda. Understanding what's really going on. Now, and then people say, well, Ukraine is corrupt. Sacramento is corrupt.
Yeah.
Washington's corrupt.
Yeah.
So we still got to work with them and pray with them. There are people that are fighting for their very existence, and we tolerate it. Think about when Hitler got up, Mein Kampf, basically went to the Pope and said, I have a better way to help you to exterminate the Jews. Bonhoeffer stood up and said, hey, well, maybe we need to do something about this guy. You know, we just waited, almost too late. And we finally knew that this guy was running to take over the world. And here we go, again, where the extermination, the genocide of a people is happening right before our eyes, not only in Ukraine, but in Israel. Have you seen the video for October 7th?
No.
You can get it now.
So
A friend of mine sent it to me.
if it's the same video, so what's interesting, a friend of mine, you may know this same friend of mine, but they actually put together a documentary for, I think it was Real America Voice.
Yeah.
They created the documentary, and we'll release that, and we'll have them on our show here in the future. But so if it's the same one about October 7th, I know people who did it.
Yeah, it's a different one. This one, one of my tour guides sent it to me from Israel. He's a Jewish Orthodox.
Okay, so
Jew.
it might be a different one because
It's
this
a
one
different
just came out, like as in like this week or something.
Yeah, so the reality of that is the fact that when you go to Israel, they were saying never again, Masada, never again.
Yeah,
It's happened again. Look at what's happening to our campuses, where Jewish people will run out of classrooms. What would happen if transgender people were run out of classrooms?
People would have a fit over it.
They would shut down the country.
Okay.
What happens if blacks were run out of the classrooms?
We would have Minnesota.
Yeah.
Summer Love, the burning cities down.
But when Jews are run out of the city, you have the top elite schools clapping and going, give them time and energy to express themselves, which is wrong.
Yeah.
the annihilation of people of any race is wrong. So we need to stand up and stand in there. And I don't really care about focus groups. I don't really care about polls. I don't care about news cycles. I don't really care about that stuff. I stand on my convictions, and I will always do that.
Okay. So we got a comment here from Renata. Love you, Renata. Thank you for being out there and commenting on our stuff. What about the American people who are in poverty and in need?
Absolutely.
Sorry, but I can't agree with our tax dollars going overseas when our government does have the resources for our people in need. These are lies and lies. Thank God for social media so that we can find out the truth. Also, thank God that we have a decrement.
What's her name?
Renata.
Renata, thank you for your comments, and I agree with you 100%. We have issues and problems here that we have to take care of, but we have always led in the world in doing both, because we are not totally isolationists, and that's what evil wants us to be, is isolationists. But absolutely, in protecting our homeland, we have to protect certain areas in this world, because evil will rise. We have thousands of troops in North Korea, between North and South Korea right now. Why? We have troops all over the world. Why? Because we understand the strategic and globalness of it. If we do not, they will be here on our shores. And I'll guarantee you, what's bad now will be absolutely worse.
Yeah. Okay. So we're stopping evil from coming over here by fighting it over there.
Absolutely. But yeah, and so I agree with her. Same thing. We have issues here that we have not dealt with, and we should. We have to. But we can't ignore what's coming. It's coming. You know, if you have holes in your roof, it's one thing. It's true. You got to plug those holes. But if the flood is coming towards you, the hurricane, you got to deal with that hurricane. You can't just ignore it, because it's coming.
Yeah, yeah. So and we're seeing our corrupt politicians cycle money through other funnels to get money into their pocket.
We have
how do we not have
vote them out?
How do we not have more accountability on this though? Like,
well, because we as a populace get lazy. We think, oh, we need to vote them out. Find out what's going on. Go to Washington, study these laws, vote these people out. Don't assume just because they're there they mean something. Good people get in these offices and go corrupt. We need to vote them out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wish we had more like our Senator Shannon Grove.
Oh, she's a rock star.
Yeah,
Shannon,
we love Shannon.
Kevin Cowley, all those guys up there. Vince Vaughn, I got a chance to talk to him. He's our newest congressman. We got to stand behind people. We may not agree with everything, but we can stand behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, I got to get Angelo out of here. And I know you got places to be, brother.
Break some news for you. 10 Commandments.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad we have a few minutes left to talk about this. Go for it.
The 10 Commandments, we have an opportunity to present the 10 Commandments to the Kern County Superintendent of Schools December the 17th, the first time in 40 years. We're going to pray that we can get the commandments back into our public schools. We just got the authorization yesterday. So we're going to be bringing a group in, sharing about why it's important to historically place the 10 Commandments, allergies, the 10 Commandments back in school. So we're excited about that, breaking it on your show.
Yeah, I love it. So what's the development on that, and you know, what's going to come?
Well, we get to make the presentation, then they vote. And I'm bringing a guy, hopefully, who argued the Supreme Court case in Louisiana to get the 10 Commandments in schools there. And also, Oklahoma is putting the Bible as well as the 10 Commandments back in the schools. So if we pass it here, it'll be groundbreaking.
Especially in California, yeah.
Yeah, the 10
So
Commandments.
do we have the votes to do it?
We may.
Yeah.
So, but we need people to show up.
Okay.
Call or write the Kern Superintendent of Schools and Kern County Superintendent of Schools and voice your support.
Which way is that board leaning?
I don't know. I think we can get it done, but we need your public support. So get in there, be nice.
Okay, and so we got to bring you back like multiple times before then to continue to promote that.
So December 17th.
December 17th. Well, we need to bring you back before then, but we'll have. I don't know if you're on other radio shows or whatever with Ralph maybe, but get you on December 17th and talk about it live. Push people out there.
Love to. It's exciting. First time ever.
Okay.
Breaking it on 511.
511. Thank you for doing that, Angelo. Thank you guys for watching. Love all of you guys. We love our 511 Media family. Continue to do the work of God and the work that we need done in this country as patriots.
Make Uganda great again.
And make America great again.
Absolutely. That's where it came from. Ronald Reagan said it first.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it wasn't Trump. It was Ronald Reagan.
Okay. Cool. We got to bring a clip of that in the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day. God bless.